Well, hey everybody. Good evening. How are
Hey
you
there.
today? Yeah, we are
Team Jesus.
we are Team Jesus.
I'm
That's
not.
right.
You are. I'm Team Jesus,
Well,
but I'm not
yeah.
wearing my shirt.
Right. So I got to show you something. Stacy gave me this. When did you give me this? Stacy gave me.
Show that.
Stacy gave me this. It's a
I'm
coupon.
trying to. I'm trying
It's called
to.
Pure Romance.
Is this
It's
Relationship
coupons,
Friday?
It's coupons for, well,
Lovers.
coupons for lovers. It's a wild and mild, and it's pucker up. This coupon entitles you to a 5-minute knock your socks off, mind-blowing kiss. Look at that. Yeah.
Notice when I gave it to him.
No, that's when it expires.
Oh, that's when I
it expires.
Expired
It
date.
expires. It expires
we're heading towards
December
that.
31st this year. So
we're
when am I
going
going to cash it in?
right now.
No. Oh.
No. In all seriousness.
In all seriousness, I like my gift, and I'm going to cash it in at just the right time.
Yeah. Okay. Gross. They're all going gross.
What can I say?
Okay. On a serious note, we have been talking about depression,
Yeah, yes, we
haven't
have.
we?
We have.
Yeah, so, thought, were you digging in your
I
pocket?
just want to make sure that
Okay.
my phone is turned off. So
Okay,
that
good
it doesn't
idea.
ring in the
Usually we
middle.
do that before we have our little...
Well, hey, I'm just being real, people.
I know, you're real, all right.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, we're talking about depression over the last couple
Yes.
days or so forth, and it's something that is prevalent in our society now. I
Sure
think,
it is.
more so than probably, or maybe it wasn't
I think-
diagnosed, or maybe it's environmental changes in life that is causing it to become more of an issue in the world. Like
I think like coronavirus has certainly caused people to be depressed. People have lost their jobs. People have died from the coronavirus, and so
Sure.
a lot of the anxiety, a lot of fear, anxiety, depression, for sure, because of this coronavirus.
right.
What would you call that? What kind of depression would you
Well,
call that?
let me get into that. I would probably call that, and I'm not a doctor by any means, but situational.
Situational
Yeah.
depression. Yeah.
No, it's usually from some sort of a stressful situation that comes away.
Yeah.
But it's funny. It's not funny, but there are 9 forms of depression. Not all of the 9 forms, right? That you can really pretty much Google. Not all 9 forms are recognized by the psychiatric community, but I do believe that they're learning more about this disease, and it's good to know what type you have, so you know what kind of help you can get.
Yeah.
So I'll just go quickly through them, if you don't
Yes,
mind.
please.
The first 2 are the most serious forms, and usually, you're under some sort of medical care when you have these. Bipolar disorder, when you have the extreme highs and the extreme lows. Then there's psychotic depression. That is a depression that has hallucinations. Then we move down to major depression, and there's 2 kind of together here: major depression and persistent depressive disorder. And the main difference between those 2 is, with major depression, you may have thoughts of suicide. With persistent depressive disorder, it's more of a low self-esteem, just an ongoing low self-esteem. Okay?
We better make this quick.
Okay.
Because
It looks like it's about ready to
to
rain. Okay. Next is seasonal affective disorder, which is due to, usually
Winter.
get that during winter.
Yeah.
We might not feel that so much here in Florida, hence one of the reasons why I love Florida so much. But it's part of that is from light, is not getting enough light.
Right.
There's actually, if you live in Wisconsin, so forth, that you can buy lights to put in your house to give you enough light so you don't get the seasonal affective disorder, otherwise known as SAD. Then there's postpartum depression. I think we've all heard of that for years and years and years. And then there's one that's kind of newer. It's called premenstrual dysphoric disorder. And that one's there have been some
Premenstrual. That
that has to do with a women's cycle, and it's basically based on hormones. It's when you have these hormone changes in your body that women go through on a monthly basis, that that can really affect your
the hormones, for sure,
your brain.
absolutely.
And then the last 2 are the ones that are probably not necessarily recognized by the psychiatric community, and
But
that's
they're probably the ones that are the most prevalent.
yeah. And it may be that they're a subcategory of the ones above, but situational, which is any a stressful event that comes your way that you're dealing with, and then atypical. And the way they explain that one is someone who's oversensitive to criticism, but their depression can change at a moment's notice when a positive event comes by in their life.
Sure.
They can kind of just flip the switch, and then their depression is lifted.
Yeah.
I guess the point of talking about these 9 forms of depression is that it's out there, and it's not, we've talked in the past, it's not necessarily talked about because people don't want to necessarily tell other people about that they're depressed or anything.
Depressed, yeah.
But it's prevalent in our community, and it's something that whether you have it or your spouse has it, you have to deal with it in some way, shape, or form. In our situation, I have it, and Jeff has to deal with it. And so you've learned a lot, I think, through that.
Right. And I'm just thinking about, okay, we have, as Christians, we have the joy of the Lord, and the joy of the Lord does not mean happy. It means having a inner peace, because we know that we have peace with God, and there is, we can have joy even in the midst of trials and suffering, which, Christian people can be depressed, can be sad, because joy and sadness are not opposite. Okay, sadness, depression, these sort of things can come about through hormones, through chemicals, through tragic events, through situations like coronavirus. And so, as Christians, the reason I'm saying this is I don't want you to feel like you're less of a Christian, like you're less of a human being because you're dealing with it now, or you've dealt with it in the past. And just know that God loves you. And that's really what I wanted to talk about today. Jesus, when he was baptized, we know the story, right? He was baptized by John the Baptist, and comes up out of the water, a voice from heaven that people heard said, "This is my beloved Son, whom I am well pleased." Immediately after that, Jesus is taken into the desert, goes into the desert, led in the desert by the Spirit, where he fasted for 40 days and nights, and so this is right after this incredible declaration of God's love for him. He goes out, and the devil tries to beat him up. The devil's going to try to beat you up too. He's going to try to make you feel like less of a Christian. He tried to make Jesus feel like he was less than, made him try to think about his feelings, right? What did he try? What was the first thing he tried to do? He said, "Hey, if you're so hungry, why don't you turn that bread, those stones into bread?"
Needs.
Okay, so he had this intense feeling of hunger, and I can imagine. I've fasted for one day, for 24 hours, and I'm hungry, right? And so, can you imagine for 40 days and 40 nights the hunger pangs that he felt at that time? And it was right at that point, that point of intense feeling, where Satan tried to get Jesus to go against. But what did Jesus do? Jesus always was redirected him to the truth, and that's right, to the truth. That's right, the truth of Scripture. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of his mouth. So, truth. Here's the truth. No matter how you feel, no matter the depression that you may be experiencing, the anxiety that you may be experiencing, all of that. Feelings are feelings. They come and go. They change from time to time. Sometimes they last and persist longer, and sometimes and they go away, and other feelings come in. Feelings come and go. But the truth is, lovely one, God loves. You are never without someone who loves you. You know what? We love you too. We love you. Yeah, we love you. We love our church family so much. And those of you who are not a part of our family, but maybe listening to this video, and there's somebody that loves you. God loves you, and so do we. So remember that, okay?
Absolutely.
Anything else?
Well, no, I think the whole idea of love is going through those. I can remember in low times of my life, and when you expressed your love to me, made me feel like no matter, because sometimes you feel unlovable in those situations. When someone's telling you they love you, it makes it better.
Yeah.
And so, if you're on the other side and you know somebody that is going through it, one of the best ways you can help them is obviously pointing them to Jesus and then telling them that you love them.
Love them. Love all of them. Yeah. Team Jesus, we love you. Amen? All right. Got an announcement to make. We're going to, starting June 1st, we're going to kind of change what we've been doing. We're still going to be going on Facebook every Sunday morning and every Wednesday evening. All right, but we're going to cut down these videos. We're only going to do a video on Monday and on Friday, and it's going to come under the banner of Bridge Fit. Now, we're still going to be sending it out emails and stuff, but we're going to be talking more about some different things. So starting June 1st, that's what's going to happen. Sunday morning, Wednesday night, still Facebook for the Bridge, and then Monday and Wednesday, we'll do these videos, and we will be emailing them out to everybody. Okay? Is that right?
Hold on a second. I think you said Monday and Wednesday.
Monday and Friday.
Monday and Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, twice a week.
Twice a week.
You'll be getting an email under from the Bridge Church under the Bridge Fit banner, because it's going to be an overall health and wellness and spiritual wellness, everything.
Yeah.
So we're going to hit on a lot of great topics.
Yes.
If you have any suggestions, as we've always said, we're open to them.
Yeah,
so.
I know Carolyn had suggested do some study of some Psalms, and we did that for a couple of years on Wednesday. So I'm going to go back through those sermons, and we'll pull some of those out, and we'll talk about some Psalms. Okay? All right.
All right. That's it.
We love you.
Happy Memorial Day.
We will see you tomorrow with another video, okay? Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.